Good afternoon, myself Manoj Kumar, Department of Business Administration, Dr. S.N.S. Rajmi College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. I would like to explain my topic about the service characteristics and housing and financial. Introduction. As our knowledge of the characteristics of service growth and even our ability to deal with from both our economic and market perspective, and also growth and service are intangible, inseparable, variable in each characteristics and problems and require strategies to deal with those problems. Service are typically produced and consumed at the same interval. Hence the relationship between the production and consummation and that productions marketing are highly integrated process. The telephone company produce the telephone service while the telephone user consume it. Generally goods are produced, that sold and the consumed. Service on the other hand are usually sold first, then produced and consumed simultaneously. The service provider of the client are often physically present when consumption take place and observe that the business is unable to store or transport services that only direct distribution, thereby potentially limiting the number of markets the business can cover. Apart from the trust laid on the right place and right time in case of the distributing goods, there is additional importance given to the performance of service in the right way as well. Therefore, a need of it to discuss service characteristics and then marketing implication in detail in the unit, and also being seeing the marketing is a narrow observation. It is a difficult to fit service into the service or much broader concept. Marketing implication of service characteristics. Service characteristics are, that means relatively intangible, produced and consumed stimulously and often less standardized than goods. The unique characteristics of service has specific marketing implication, and accordingly service marketed must adopt marketing strategies. Although the service industries are quite heterogeneous, and that means the characteristics of service which show on the following diagram. Intangibility, cannot be stored and no patient, no ready to display and communication problem, pricing difficulties and tangible clues and personal source, organization image and cost accounting for prices and post purchase common. Inseparability, consumer involved in production, no mass production, supply demand match, selection of training and contact person, manage consumer multi-site location. Heterogeneously standardized, difficult, quality control difficult, industrialized and customized, and the versatility and no invitation and cope with flattening demand and better match through process. More intangible than tangible. A good is object, device, a thing. A service is rate for performance and effect. When a good is a purchase, something tangible is acute, something that can be seen, touched, smelled or worn. The service is purchased, there is generally nothing tangible to show for it. Service are consumed but not possessed, therefore absence of tangible features means that is difficult for the seller demonstrate or display service from buyers to sample test to make a true evaluation. To reduce uncertainty, buyer look for signs, evidence of service quality. Therefore, the service provider task accordingly to manage the evidence and tangible and intangible. Or make market offering of combination, whether the essential of the what being is brought is tangible and intangible. The classification of goods and services and also molecular of the model gives a proper relationship between the tangible and intangible elements of the business. Stimulation and production and consummation. The service are typically produced and consumed at the same interval. Hence, the relationship between the production and consummation. That production and marketing are highly integrated process. For example, telephone company produce the telephone service while the telephone user and consume it. Generally, the goods are produced, then sold, then consumed. The service on the other hand usually sold first, that produce consumer and stimulus. When consumer take place, the service provider and client both and often physically present. This an observation is the business unable to store or transport service which cannot be directed distributor, thereby potentially limiting the number of markets the business can cover. Apart from the stress laid on right place and right time in case of the distribution of goods, there is an additional importance given to the performance of the service in right way as well. Less standardized and uniform, it is argued that it is often impossible to assure consistency in the service provided by seller and standardized offering among the sellers of the same service, while it is possible of offer consistency uniformity of the products. Such a restriction of it has been limited the value because it has the production oriented approach as a even and identical generic product will be a differentiation when it's viewed as an offer product of sale, while the core product may be uniform. The process will always be different. Secondly, the owning the industry as of service, that the production can no longer and viewed being heterogeneous. Several attempts have been made to improve the productivity service sector by the way of introducing the technology. By substituting equipment of machinery for labor uniformly can be achieved, and hostage and suggested that service business would be reduced variability by training the service providers in appreciated response to each customer situation. They can be monitor customer satisfaction through suggestion and complaint system. That poor service can be dedicated and corrected. Housing and financial intermediation, open operational link and private sector initiative of the Indian context. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.